Alrighty, this should fire any second now. I'm going to play Aether Revolt Kaladesh League, Draft League. Quicksmith and Rebel, I assume is pretty good. It's all in. Ooh. How do I turn on the card preview window? Make sure this is definitely going to be the pick. That's not good. Maverick Thopterus is probably pretty good. 2 colors though, I wouldn't go that way. Lifecraft Cavalry and Aether Herder are, I like green, and those are good green commons, but certainly no reason not to take the Quicksmith Rebel. Let's see if we can get a card preview window, especially with the new sets. Display card preview window. Alright. There we go. Get that in for you. What if we put that over there? Can we make that bigger? No, we cannot make that bigger. Okay. I think we're hope that maybe this could be bigger. Let's just put this over here in the sideboard. Pia's Revolution. Also, I'm going to check prices. Pia's Revolution is not worth anything. This is a fine green combat trick. Doer to the Cowl is quite good. Alley Strangler's not bad. Hidden Stockpile, and not going into 2 different colors for that. Sweatworks Brawler is pretty decent, actually. It's not that hard to put this out. Play this on turn 3, and 3 minutes on turn 3 does a fair bit of work. And Quicksmith Rebel also wants a lot of, or some non-creature cheap artifacts. I think that's the pick. Pia's Revolution, like, it could be quite good, but go with that. Just to stay on color. Reverse Engineer, Windkind Raiders. Okay. I think Windkind Raiders is probably the pick. Reverse Engineer is quite good. This gets 4 mana, 3/2 that can kind of lure creatures. You can't even force them to block certain creatures, so I don't think that's great. Poisoner is fine. Goslet Turret's not very good, I don't think. Windrake. Okay, we can just try and move into a blue-red improvised deck, if that's a thing. We shall find out. I played the pre-releases, or I played a couple pre-releases live, and a couple drafts afterwards with the pre-release packs. No, actually, yeah, I think drawing 3 cards for 5 mana is probably better. That's a pretty good combat trick, actually. But, ooh, Scrounging Bandar is great. Not going to take Negate. I might... So, Midnight Entourage is probably pretty good. I don't think you can get that many Aetherborn. They're only in black. Aetherstream Leopard and I think Scrounging Bandar is probably the next best card. Why should I? Yeah. So I should either take the Midnight Entourage or a red card. I think I'm just going to keep a red card. I think I'm going to go with the Aether Chaser. Just because that can potentially help out with improvise quite a bit. And I don't think this is where we want to be. It's an interesting card. You can just kind of deal 2 damage to your opponent each turn if they can't kill their own artifact. If they can kill their own artifact, they probably 2 for 1 themselves. So Ice Over is okay. I think I'm going to take one of these green cards. Those are just better than the white cards. I'll take Scrounging Bandar. I like Scrounging Bandar quite a lot. It's whatever. It's worst case scenario is it's a grizzly bear. Best case scenario, it enables revolt and makes your certain cards great. This is interesting. I do like an Aether Herder. It's not super great. It's okay. Renegade Map, I think, is the pick. I've been very happy with Renegade Map. Allows you to play fewer lands, which means you're playing more cards you drafted, and it's just very good at enabling Revolt and very good at enabling Improvise, assuming you don't have to crack it too early, which, you know, a lot of times you don't. It also allows you to splash if that's where we end up wanting to be. So I'm pretty happy with it taking the map. Precise Strike, Wrangle. Wrangle's not very good. Skyweaver Elite. Nothing in here is that good. Sourceful Return's not bad, actually. This card. I think I'll take the Bastion Infiltrator. Bastion Inventor, excuse me. New cards. Who knows? Watchful Autonomy might not be the bad pick either. I think I'm going to actually take it. We don't have any other artifacts so far. Aether Swooper. I think Aether Swooper's pretty good, actually. Frontline, definitely better than Frontline Rebel. I'd like to take a green or a red card here, but that is not an option that is presented to us at this time. Could take Universal Solvent, but I can't imagine. You got to get pretty heavily into the wanting to improvise before you get to Universal Solvent, I think. Though it is universal. Okay, this is our original pack. The blue-red rare, or blue-red uncommon, that was pretty good. I hope to get. And it looks like we're pretty much being forced into blue. Another Aether Swooper. Verdant Automaton's not the worst. It's not great either. I think we just take Ice Over. Aether Super. I think Aether Scooper Super. It's pretty good. Alright. I'll take the Shipwreck Moray. This is a reasonable card. It blocks. It can hit pretty hard if it needs to. Turn it into a 4/1. So we'll take that. Another Ice, or actually our first Ice Over. I think we're going to take that over the Pima Aether Seer and probably move into blue-red. Negate or Destructive Tampering? Don't feel like we're really in the Destructive Tampering market. We're not. I'll take a Negate. And punished because we don't want too many negates. The negate went straight to the sideboard, FYI. Sure. Dispersal Technician is fine. Yeah, it does not have Improvise, but it can be a reasonable man-of-war type thing. Quicksmith Spy, I think probably that'll be our pick. I always like to take the rares just because, you know, you don't get that many chances to get them. Yeah, this gains. Okay, so we want to load up definitely on cheap, preferably non-creature artifacts for our Quicksmith, Spy, and Rebel. To just those repeatable effects are win you the game pretty quickly. Scrapper Champion is also pretty good, especially if we have spare energy around after the swoopers or whatnot. But I'll take the Quicksmith Spy and send this to the sideboard. Skyship Plunderer is quite good. This is That's reasonable. 3 energy, draw a card. Implement of Ferocity is actually very good, but I would be pretty happy to get this Implement of Examination, especially with all our quicksmithing. But Skyship Plunderer is great. It might not be as great here. It's great when you can just start adding +1/+1 counters to a creature like that Wily Bandar that we've moved away from. It's possible we could be convinced to go back into green. We only do have 3 red cards, which Quicksmith Rebel is a good one. These are whatever, but I'm happy to be in blue right now. Another Quicksmith Spy. Huh. Aether Swooper. Do you like the Bandar? Okay. I think we're going to be quickly smithing as much as we possibly can. Cogwork Assembler is actually pretty solid too. But we'll take this, and we really want cheap artifacts at this point. Especially, this works on target permanent player, so I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but if there was an artifact that had counters on it, we could do that, and it can also just give us more and more energy. Only works if we already have some energy, but also it's a 2/1 flyer for 2. That's quite good. Alright. Looks like I feel good about being in blue. Don't know if we want to do anything else. I think the Shielded Aether Thief is it's pretty good. It blocks. I haven't played with it before, but it is likely to be able to draw us a fair bit of cards. I would hope Metallic Rebuke could be good in our deck, but we haven't gotten these like implements to enable it yet. So that's that. I'll just go ahead and take this Aether Thief. Servo Schematic. Yeah, this seems like what we're in the market for. Cogwork Assembler, Welder, Automaton. This is, I don't think we're going to get enough artifacts to make that worth it. Shipwreck Morays, fine. Actually, I like this Unbridled Growth a fair bit. It can cycle for 1 mana and fixes your mana until you need to enable Revolt. Seems pretty solid. I think put into Graveyard or Battle. So this is just, I think just the fact that we have 3 of the Quicksmiths, we really want the Servo Schematic. So we will take it. Monstrous Onslaught's okay. I do like the Bandar. I don't know why people keep passing this, although it's possible we should be in green at this point. There's nothing really in blue we want to take. We could take the Universal Solvent. I feel like that's pretty bad. We don't have a super ton of Improvise at the moment. I'm going to take the Bandar. It's very good with the Skyship Plunderer. Very good. So let me take that and move this back in. It's possible we'll be blue-green. So let me see, sort by color. So far we have 10 blue cards, 3 red cards, and 2 green cards. This is effectively a blue card. Well, we know we're going to be blue at this point. So it's just a question of whether... This is very splashable. Ooh, Winding Constrictor. Trying to think. I don't really want a second Dispersal Technician. Aether Herder is okay. It's not great. We're pretty loaded up at 4 drops already. I'm going to take the Winding Constrictor. It's whatever. I'll admit I'm cheating a little bit because it's worth over a ticket right now. But also, it's a non-zero chance we play that card. It's quite good in what we're trying to do. But right now, probably take another ice over. Don't think that's it. Filigree Crawler. Maybe Revenant's Intruder. It gives us another reason to take the artifacts that we should already be taking, probably. Ice over is not great. That's okay. I'll take a Revenant's Intruder. Assume we're going to be red again. Tezzeret's Touch. It's a pretty powerful effect. I don't think it's really one of me. We don't have enough cheap artifacts. I'm just gonna take this. I don't think it's great. Ooh, Implement of Examination. That is quite good. Bastion Inventor will be fine. Don't want any of those. Don't need a third negate for the sideboard. Mobile Garrison is fine. It's a artifact for our artifact count. Alright, we'll take an Aether Herder. Destructive Tampering is quite main deckable. Conviction. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have to make a decision. Probably still blue-red. I can imagine being green. I like the band art more than I should, especially we don't have any revolt cards, which it helps work with. Sorry. Yeah, Metalwork Colossus is less than about a quarter of a tick. Wily Bandar. I do like Torch Gauntlet actually, but Inventor's Apprentice, Spontaneous Artist, Weldfast Monitor, Weldfast Wingsmith might be picks. Might be Aether Hub. To help allow us to splash, but we're not going to splash any of these green cards. So I think I actually just kind of like the Torch now, not the Torch Gauntlet. Take the Inventor's Apprentice. Alright. Glintnest Crane is probably where we want to be. Get 2 energy, use energy to tap or untap target artifact or creature. Seems fine, but I think the Crane is it's a very strong card. We do want to get up to probably 7, 8 artifacts. That's doable. We're running 6 right now, though we could certainly use some better ones. But take a Glintnest Crane. Alright. Yeah, Wayward Giant's not bad. Spark of Creativity. I think Spark of Creativity is where we want to be. We don't have... This is a weird card, but it's not a great card. It's an okay card. It's definitely a weird card. But it's can serve as a reasonable sorcery speed shock most of the time. And then, like... So this is going to be like a shock 70% of the time, and then the rest of the time you can play a card. What does this do exactly? Return target creature you control to its owner's hand. It's not bad, but I think we need some removal pretty badly. Alright, this This is just malfunction. Yeah, that's not a thing. Ooh, Salivating Gremlins actually is quite good. Is it better? And 4 mana removal. That's a little funky. We're getting all these cards that I don't think we're in the Weldfast. Salivating Gremlins is just much better than Weldfast Monitor, but we do need to pick up artifacts soonish. Possible I just want to take the Weldfast Monitor. Yeah, I have got enough stuff already pulling me for artifacts. I'm going to take that. Alright. I think I'll just take the Eager Construct just to get our artifact count up. There's other, yeah, nothing else is super enticing. Fateful Showdown's pretty good. Inventor's Goggles. Inventor's Goggles isn't bad. Just because we're in such need of cheap artifacts. But I'll take a Fateful Showdown. Salivating Gremlin or Inventor's Goggles. Take the Salivating Gremlins. Alright, get these green cards out of here. A Puzzle Knot? I think we're in the market for a Puzzle Knot. There's nothing else super enticing here. So just try to get 2 energy. One of our swoopers can use energy, that uses energy, and then we've got the 04 that draws cards with energy, right? We took that. Shielded Aether Thief, there it is. Yep, okay. So, we're quite high on playables. Don't think we want that. I'm going to take the Torch Gauntlet. Yeah, whatever. I like a Bone Splitter, even at double the price. Especially if, trying to win the game with like an Aether Swooper hitting a bunch of times. Guess we take a Windrake. Don't think we want a Nimble Innovator. Oh, this seems like a reasonable deck. Don't imagine I can ever play that card. Oh, I should have taken the Renegade Tactics, because it's actually playable. And we got it anyway. I don't think, so much of our stuff is evasive, I don't think that's really where we want to be. It does cycle, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, so creatures separately, 19 creatures, definitely cut some of this. I don't think we have enough payoffs for, as much as we are in the market for non-creature, I guess it doesn't really matter that it's a non-creature artifact. Just because if they can kill the Quicksmith spot, they could probably kill whatever, the Weldfast Monitor. But I don't think we're in the market for 2 energy enough to use a card on it. That's fine. Crew 2 seems pretty reasonable for us. Ravenous Intruder works well with Servo Schematic. We got 30 cards main deck, we need to cut 7. So let me just go ahead and get the worstest of these things. I mean, that's not great. That's not great. It's not great. Yeah, I think Inventor's Apprentice will be fine. I'm just going to keep all the artifacts just to make Glintless Crane better and all our Quicksmiths. Which means, so I think I want to cut 3 creatures and 4 non-creature spells. Yeah, that's just better. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit ballsy, but we do have a low tech. I'm gonna run 16 lands plus Renegade map. So I still want to cut 3 more cards here. So I think Explorer. We can play that on turn 2 if our turn 2 is Torch Gauntlet, Servo Schematic, or Eager Construct, or we have a Renegade map on turn 1 versus this stuff. I don't know that I really want a 3/3 menace as much as I want like a 0/5 blocker. It gives me energy so I can keep making servos. So if we cut these 3 creatures, 16 creatures, 16 lands, including this, which leaves 8 non-creature spells, cut 3 more. Don't like destroy target artifact is a fine effect to have available. This is a fine card because the ability to make creatures without flying unable to block this turn is important, but I don't think Aether Chaser could possibly be a cut. We're pretty heavy on 2-drops. Just want to make sure we can get enough Plunderer being able to give us more energy. Want to make sure that can happen as often as possible. Yeah, I don't think a 2 on first strike is going to do a ton of work for us. Maybe the Dispersal Technique should be fine. Just go full on flyers. I mean, I think if we're running Torch Gauntlet. So I was saying, I'll cut the Destructive Tampering. And 1 more. Our effect count is 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably about where we want to be. Cut Spark. Yeah, Spark's another way to get us an extra land if needed. Maybe the Mobile Garrison is not great. So its ability pretty much only works when you're... Obviously, it only works when it can attack. I mean, a 3/4 on turn 3 can get in reasonably often. Yeah, I just don't want to cut any artifacts. Maybe we could cut Our curve is low. Still think... Greed. Greed, greed, greed. We ran like 15 lands. No, we've got like Fateful Showdown. Just trying to think. Do have this is like the one basic mana sink. I mean, I guess the equipment's technically a mana sink. That's not a ton of mana. Maybe Servo Schematic is probably worse than Mobile Garrison. I do like having a high artifact count, but I think with the Aether Swoopers, we can turn on our Quicksmiths enough. Yeah. I'll cut the Servo Schematic. We only have Ravenous Intruder as a way to sacrifice it, which is fine, but not super great. Okay. Color. I'm going to add 16 lands. 2, 3, 4, 6. Combine groups. This is effectively red. That is effectively blue. This is effectively blue. It's pretty heavy, but I'm just going to not go quite that heavy. I'll do 9-7, and then Renegade Map can get either color. So effectively 10 and 8 sources. And that's that, I think. Yeah, we'll give this a shot.